Hi, Lakewood 7th graders. This is Miss Hilavity. I decided it's just not fair that the 8th graders get to listen to me teach them all of the time, and you guys don't get that opportunity. So here I am. I'm going to teach you about multiplying and dividing fractions and mixed numbers. Let's start on this front page, and we're going to do all multiplication. Let's look at number 1. So we have two fractions, negative 5/4 times 1/3. When you're multiplying fractions, the only thing you're doing is multiplying the numerators, so the two numbers on top, by each other, and then the denominators on the bottom by each other. Notice we have a negative. Let's keep that negative out here for a second, and let's finish this. 5 times 1 is 5. 4 times 3 is 12, and we're going to carry that negative over back to our answer, and there you go. And we can't simplify that any further, so we're going to leave that as it is. Numbers 2 through 5 are very similar to number 1, so I would like you to do those on your own. But let's take a look at number 6, where we have some mixed numbers. So we've got a whole number in front of our fractions here. And what we need to do is multiply the whole number by the denominator in each of these mixed numbers to create fractions. So we're going to multiply. I want you to take that negative out for now, leave it out there, put a parentheses around 2 2/3. But remember it's here, don't forget about it. And what we need to do is multiply our big whole number by our denominator, because that's how many whole things we have, and we have 3 items in the whole thing. So 2 times 3 is 6. And what we need to do with our multiplication here is add it to the top. So we're going to do 6 plus 2 equals 8, and our denominator stays the same at 3. So we just took this big 2 over here and we moved it up to the numerator. And now let's bring that negative back over here. So for this one, we're going to 4 times 10, right? 4 times 10 equals 40. We're going to add that to the top. 40 plus 1 equals 41. And our denominator stays the same at 10. So we've got our one fraction down here, our other fraction over here. And let's remember, we come all the way back, we were multiplying those by each other. So let's rewrite negative 8/3 times 41 over 10. And now we're just going to multiply negative 8 times 41, and that equals 328. Don't worry, I'd probably have you use a calculator for that. And then 3 times 10 is 30. And don't forget, there was a negative, and we're going to add that to the whole fraction. And this can be simplified further. And actually, our final answer is going to be 10 and 14/15. So go ahead and also try numbers 7, 8, 9, and 10. You're going to do a very similar process to number 6. Let's take a look at the back, because now our whole back side of the sheet is going to be division. And I want you to write an acronym that's going to help you. KCF. No, not KFC. KCF. And that stands for keep, change, and flip. Let me show you what that means and how it works. So for any fraction, that has a division sign, you can write KCF where the K is above your first fraction, the C is above your operation, and the F is above your second fraction. So let's just look at this, and it says the K stands for keep. So let's keep our first fraction the way it is. We're going to change our operation. So what is the opposite of division? Right, multiplication. So we're going to change that to the opposite, and then we're going to flip this last fraction. So 4 over 7 instead of 7 over 4. And now, it's just as simple as what we were doing on the front part of this page. So we have, and we're going to keep that negative out for now. We have 1 times 4, that's 4. 5 times 7, 35. And let's attach that negative onto our fraction. Now, that's going to be the only division we'll do as practice. And I would like you to do numbers 12, 13, 14, 15. But again, now we're back to this 16. Let's take a look at a mixed number. The first thing that we want to do with 16 is change this mixed number into a mixed fraction. So we want to take our whole number up here and multiply it by our denominator. But I want you to remember, pull out that negative for now. Then we have 3 and 5/9. And then we're going to do 3 times 9, the whole number times the denominator. And that equals 27. And so maybe a good way to visualize it, you bring 27 up to the numerator, you do 27 plus 5. And you keep the denominator the same, 9. 27 plus 5 is 32 over 9. Okay, so now we have this fraction right here. And, oh, remember, it was negative. So you're going to add that negative back onto it. Don't forget to do that. And then we have a 3. And a whole number, the way we turn it into a fraction is it's that number, 3 over 1. Right? That means the same thing. But we want to make it into a fraction, so it's easier for us. So we have negative 32 divided by over 9 divided by 3 over 1. It's our new problem. And now, only now, can we do our KCF. We're going to keep negative 32 over 9. We're going to change our division to multiplication, and we're going to flip 3 over 1 to 1 over 3. And now negative 32 times 1, nice and easy, negative 32. And 9 times 3 is 27. And that is the answer. So remember, when you're using mixed numbers, you're going to have one more step, right? You're going to multiply this whole number by the denominator and then add it to the numerator. So finish this worksheet to show your mastery of this skill and check it at the control station, and then you will be ready to move on to word problems with fractions. Good luck!